Fluffy Sunday news recap. The world's still a hellhole, but at least I'm fabulous. Because someone has to say what everyone else is too scared to, and I'm here to do it with claws out. Welcome, humans. It's me, Fluffy, your razor-tongued feline overlord, back to drag the absolute dumpster fire that is your world. This week, earthquakes, currency crashes, crypto delusions, and football meatheads screaming at each other. Let's dive in before I lose any more faith in humanity. Cayman Islands shaken by earthquake. The billionaires are panicking. Mother Nature decided to roll the dice this week and shook up the Cayman Islands with an earthquake. No casualties, unfortunately, but you can bet the offshore tax cheats were sweating bullets. I can just picture them, clutching their briefcases full of untaxed millions, wondering if their money vaults were about to sink into the ocean. Here's the thing. If this earthquake had wiped out the Caymans, half of Congress and Hollywood would be crying into their champagne flutes, mourning their lost fortunes. Honestly, I'd call that a win. Iran's currency, worth less than toilet paper. Iran's rial hit record lows this week, dropping faster than a woke activist's credibility. Sanctions, protests, and the general shit show that is their government have left their currency so weak, a loaf of bread now costs about the same as a small car. But don't worry, the Iranian government is blaming the US for all of this, because why take responsibility when you can point fingers? Meanwhile, regular Iranians are watching their life savings turn into monopoly money, while their leaders line their pockets. It's a perfect example of how corruption and incompetence can turn a country into a dumpster fire. But hey, at least the woke crowd isn't blaming capitalism for this one. Small wins. Thai nationals freed from Hamas captivity. Finally, a win for the good guys. After 15 months of captivity, a group of Thai nationals held by Hamas was finally released and reunited with their families. It's about time someone got out of that hellhole alive. Of course, the media is already spinning this into some diplomatic victory, but let's not kid ourselves. These people survived because of sheer dumb luck, not because anyone actually gave a shit. Meanwhile, Hamas continues to operate like the dysfunctional nightmare factory it is, and the rest of the world is still pretending to care about peace in the Middle East. Bitcoin to hit $166, or just another crypto pipe dream? Crypto bros are frothing at the mouth this week over some rare Bitcoin pattern that supposedly signals a surge to $166,000. That's right. They think magic internet money is about to make them all millionaires. Again, here's my take. If you're still betting your savings on Bitcoin after the dozens of crashes we've seen, you're either an idiot or just really love gambling. Let's be real. Crypto is basically a pyramid scheme with fancier graphics. Half of these so-called investors couldn't explain blockchain if their lives depended on it. So sure, maybe Bitcoin hits 166Ks, or maybe it crashes back to 5K and you end up living in your mom's basement eating ramen noodles. Either way, I'm not sharing my tuna. Super Bowl 2025, Chiefs vs. Eagles, let the testosterone flow. It's that time of year again. America's most expensive excuse to eat nachos and yell at the TV. The Kansas City Chiefs are taking on the Philadelphia Eagles in New Orleans, and the experts are already arguing over whose giant men will smash into each other more effectively. Look, I get it. Football is fun. But let's not pretend this is anything more than a bunch of overpaid meatheads throwing a ball around while drunk fans live vicariously through them. Half the audience will be too hammered to remember who won, and the other half only showed up for the commercials and free snacks. Let's just hope the halftime show doesn't involve another woke lecture disguised as entertainment. I'm still recovering from the last one. Happy news, Tasmanian tigers might be making a comeback. In an actual piece of good news for once, Australian scientists are making progress toward bringing back the Tasmanian tiger, which went extinct nearly a century ago. Yes, we're basically playing Jurassic Park with marsupials, and honestly, I support it. If humanity is going to screw with nature, at least let it involve adorable little predators and not frankenfoods or killer robots. Here's hoping the Tasmanian tiger thrives better than most of you. Final thought. The world's circling the drain, but at least we have snacks. So to recap, earthquakes shook the Caymans, but sadly, the billionaires survived. Iran's currency is worth less than a Happy Meal. Thai nationals escaped captivity while the rest of the world stayed useless. Crypto bros are dreaming big, but ramen noodles are in their future. The Super Bowl will be loud, stupid, and full of nachos. Tasmanian tigers are coming back to show us how survival is really done. Meanwhile, I, a literal cat, am still more qualified to report the news than your average CNN anchor. Like, share, and subscribe, or I'll knock your drink over and laugh. Fluffy, signing off.